I love your accent. I know that
Thanks.
where you come from, this is quite common, but I immediately, I just love that accent. I think it's so fantastic.
Thank you. I love your accent too.
Jolly good. You've lived in both the United States and the United Kingdom. You've gone back and forth.
Yeah.
You mentioned you're single. You've dated both British men, American men. Preference? Do you like? Well, what's the difference, really?
I think that American men are a little more confident, as we just saw, and maybe they'll be like, you know, hey, you want to go out with me? And then in England, I think it's a bit more like the girls have to say, excuse me, would you like to go out with me? And I think that maybe is the difference.
Really? So British men, they're shy. Are they shy?
They're shyer.
Or is it that it's propriety? They want to not be too rude?
Yeah, exactly. They're raised with maybe a decorum, and but it's not good in dating. It's nice to have a confidence.
You want a man to. This is what you want a man to take charge. That's what women have always told me over the years. You want a man to take charge. And I was in high school. I wasn't like that. I was like, you know.
But you were always quite tall, which did a bit of work. But at least you'd be noticed.
I would be noticed, but it wasn't good. I grew very quickly. I grew like 3 feet in a year.
Oh, that's awkward.
And I couldn't catch up. The weight wouldn't catch up for a long time.
So you were very thin.
I was not just thin, I was like a circus act.
Did you get bullied?
Bullied? Did I get bullied?
Yeah.
Yes, I did get bullied.
What was that?
My parents were cruel to me.
I'm sorry.
Other children were very kind.
Oh, okay, good.
My parents were like, look at him, he's a freak. I have to ask you about the. You've then had experience learning when you lived in this country. Did your accent start to go away? I was curious about that.
Yeah, because I lived here when I was very young, and from the ages of 9 to 12 or 13, and I spoke like this. And there is a slight. I mean, we are kind of divided by a common language, because apart from the fact that we spell words differently, we also pronounce words differently. And I was sort of being misunderstood, and so my contemporaries at school, or the other kids, they asked me to speak like them, and I did.
So you learned to actually speak with an American accent when you were younger? Yeah,
just because as a kid it's easier to sort of be part of the group than it is to stand outside it. I think that changes as you get older. But when I was younger, I felt it was easier to just be part of the group, and it was a fun group.
So where was this? What area of the United States was this?
In Los Angeles.
Oh, so you were speaking with a Los Angeles accent for a while.
Yeah.
So what stuff were you doing? Can you give me an idea of was your whole...
So just like you just talk like that instead of talking like me?
That's weird that you can just change like that. Wow.
Yeah, that's like peer pressure as a child. That'll do that to you.
That's pretty amazing. Everyone in the audience is like, she's one of us. I like her a lot.
It did involve saying like about 10 times in each sentence.
It's a helpful word, like.
Yes.
It is.
It's sort of,
especially in California.
Vocalizes the comma.
Yeah. When you have nothing to say, people out here just say like. You know, like. And
I think it's where you know, comma, like. When I went to the bathroom, like, comma, right? Wait, let's do that again in American, and then maybe you'll be on my side.
Okay.
You know, like, when I went to the bathroom, like. Am I one of you now?
This is every other interview I do on this show. You don't have to explain that to me.